Power.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين Amen. Sannumu da Jumma. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunumo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Now I'm most excited to be with you, and I want to say thank you so much for coming along side this very powerful journey of Pan-Africanism and consciousness. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunumo, where we speak truth to power. And remember that we normally don't like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country. And remember, when we serve God, we are only on the path of God. This is a show of Pan-Africanism, a show of patriotism, and not politics. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunumo, where we speak truth to power. Now, my brother, my sister, I have something very interesting I want to share with us, and I need you to come along. Hear me now. Now, the very first thing I want us to look at today is what I have entitled Sack Finance Minister Ken OFORI-ATTA. These are not my words. These are the words of Citizen Kofi. Now, who is the finance minister of the Republic of Ghana, Ken OFORI-ATTA, and who is this man on your screen? This is Citizen Kofi. Now, those of you who live in Accra or have been to Accra before, the capital, when you go on the Oxford Street, he has a huge building which he has decided to name Citizen Kofi Plaza. My brother, my sister, he's a self-styled businessman who has achieved a lot. He's traveled around the world. He's lived in America and some other such places. He has fresh ideas and he's a strong Pan-Africanist. At the same time, he's a nationalist and a very, very patriotic one for that matter. My brother, my sister, he has served in so many different ways in uplifting the development of this country. My brother, my sister, this is Citizen Kofi Amwa. What is he saying? Fire him! Kofi Amwa wants OFORI-ATTA sacked for killing native banks. My brother, my sister, when you read this story, it will bring tears into your eyes. They spent billions to collapse, and today they are unable to even make millions. They spent billions to collapse banks in this country because they said the banks were not in good standing. They said the banks were on their way to collapse. And instead of empowering the banks to stand on their feet with bailouts, they kicked them out. Many were those who said, oh, they tried bailouts, and those bailouts never worked. But the story remains the same. they kicked out all those native banks and left out with banks that are owned by foreigners. Number two, they spent billions killing the banks, and today they can't even make millions. So you spend billions to kill, running after millions that you can't even find. Citizen Kofi Amwa says the finance minister is a lousy one. He has failed, and for that matter, he should be sacked. My brother, my sister, time and again, we have heard about this finance minister, OFORI-ATTA, before he came into power. In fact, a lot of people touted his prowess and ability. People said he was a finance guru. He was one of the men Bawumia talked about in that solid team that they touted before they got into governance. My brother, my sister, they branded Ken OFORI-ATTA as the financial solution to Ghana's problems. Ken OFORI-ATTA is here now, and it looks like he will go down in history as one of the worst finance ministers this country has ever had, if not the worst. Number one, he is very, very sick. The last time he spoke to the media, he said that he had some liver issues and he was on medication. Now, the last time there was an emergency and somebody was flown out of this country with oxygen all around his face, it was Ken OFORI-ATTA who was being shipped out of this country to America and England to solve some COVID complications that he had suffered. Today, my brother, my sister, Citizen Kofi is very angry, and he says it's time to let this finance minister go. What do you think? Now we are going to the IMF. Ken OFORI-ATTA is the one who is going to lead us in the negotiations. Do Ghanaians still have any faith in Ken OFORI-ATTA? Or has he been a failure? Many have said that he's a successful businessman, but a terrible finance minister. What do you think? Do you think Ken OFORI-ATTA deserves to continue being the finance minister, or you think he should be kicked? Do you trust the president to kick out his own cousin? These are both from the OFORI-ATTAs, right? The maternal grandfather of the president, said OFORI-ATTA the first. That is the lineage. Would he be man enough to kick out a cousin who has ruined this country? But has Ken OFORI-ATTA ruined this country at all? Where do you stand? Can he be blamed for taking us to the IMF? Can he be blamed for running aground the country's economy? In fact, Kwesi Pratt and the rest think that this man needs to have his head on the chopping board. It is not about a game of chess where we have marbles reshuffled left, right, and center. It's about the think tank. What is the brain behind the economy? Is Ken OFORI-ATTA. And if we have to blame the brain and not the chess game, then Ken OFORI-ATTA deserves to go away and leave us in peace. But should he just go away, or he should be punished in one way or the other? Today we are asking all the questions. They told us that E-Levy was what was going to save this economy. Ken OFORI-ATTA himself told us that we had enough resources to stay away from the IMF. In March, a couple of months later, he's back to tell us we are going to the IMF. Has he betrayed us? Citizen Kofi Amwa, is he right to say that this finance minister should be sacked? Well, I know you are sitting there and you want to hear from me what I think. Follow me. Let me tell you what I think. What I think is this, and it's very simple. Ken OFORI-ATTA and the rest don't have what it takes to run this country. Should I explain any further? Hear me now. Hey! And I'm going to explain it to your satisfaction. Hey! Now, Ken OFORI-ATTA sat down and supervised the building of a cathedral at a time that we all said there was no money, right? That there was no money. But they sat down and looked at how a very luxurious, ostentatious cathedral would be built. Same way, my brother, my sister. The same kind of OFORI-ATTA refused to listen to sound advice. People telling him the economy is running down. World Bank talking to us, hey, it's running down. No, they would not listen. They did their own thing. Remember when Bloomberg published that the Ghanaian economy was booming and how cocoa, oh my God, was going to be harvested in a boom style for the first time in Ghana in several decades. Remember that publication? Remember when I came out and said that this was a hoax publication? Remember how CNN interviewed OFORI-ATTA and he was blabbing. Today, go back to CNN. Play back the same things OFORI-ATTA said about this economy and ask him if he still stands by that. And it's only a few months apart. What went wrong? They say COVID. They say Russian-Ukrainian war. And I ask the question, is Togo on planet Neptune? Ivory Coast, are they on planet Neptune or Jupiter? How come they are not going through the same nonsense we're going through? How come other countries around us, around our borders, are not going through the same thing and running to the IMF? Somebody said about half of the whole world is running to the IMF. For that matter, it's justified that we go there. Oh, what mediocrity. So if everybody is falling dead, we have no right to stand strong, right? People are falling dead. So we must also be sickly, jaundiced, and fall dead alongside them because it's the ish that everybody should fall and die. You see the kind of country we are in? We don't have visionaries. We are populists. Should I say it again? We are populists. People who are interested in populist agenda. People who are not interested in any innovation. They are not interested in seeing things work out. All they are interested in, my brother, my sister, is what do the people want to hear? What can we do so that the people can sing our praises? I think that the finance minister has been arrogant, just as his own president, very arrogant and knowing it all. They are not ready to sit with people and say, oh, this is what is happening, this is what is happening. What can we do together to make this country move forward? Because they touted themselves as the know-it-all group. The wonderful team, the solid team. They had a stooge like Baumia who was running around them and being puppeted like some circus something. Today, look at them. Finance minister, if I were you, I will resign. You are a disgrace sitting there. What do you want? For us to come and carry you to Nsawam before you know that you have failed? Are you not ashamed walking around the place there? Do you still go to your office to do what? To do what? I hear Kennedy Japan say, oh, he's been so sick, but he's still helping the country. Helping who? Helping who? It's like a sick athlete who goes for the Olympics. And then he says, because I love my country, I still want to run. You are sick for heaven's sake. You have malaria that is killing you. You want to run and win what? Running for the sake of running. Be replaced. Am I making sense? If you are not well today, step back. It's not a disgrace. We all fall sick sometimes. Get well and come back and explode. But these guys are so arrogant. I don't like them at all. See how many people fell ill during the COVID times. We are still falling ill. We cannot even travel to Togo. But they can go to America. They can go to England and come back and tell us that they are the managers of this economy. Managers of what? You've run down the cocoa industry. You have run down the gold, the mines and everything. You have run down our culture, made Chinese people chiefs in our country. Now Chinese people, you see Chinese people who are running around with Ghanaian passports. Kwame Yingching, Mensah Huanha, Everybody in Ghana is now shouting, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao, how. Everybody wants to eat worms and grasshoppers in Ghana because it's the new ish. Somebody would ask me, is it the fault of the finance minister? Who else? Is it my uncle's fault? When the economy gets bad, you know what happens? People stoop low. Hey, when China comes with a word of notes and says, hey, our language should be taught in every school in Ghana. That is the condition. We will give you this money. And you take it and everybody's ni hao all over the place. Do you blame me? You blame the one who ran down the economy. If you didn't have what it took to do this, you shouldn't even have shown yourself. Let's even say that you thought you had it. At a point you realize that you didn't have it. Even if you didn't realize it and people told you that you ran down the place. Be man enough to resign and go away. And the finance minister shouldn't resign alone. What is the president doing there? Some hopeless president. I am sure this president has regretted ever being president. Look at him. Let him open his mouth to speak English. You would think that this is the professor who taught Shakespeare how to write English. You would think that he invented English language. Empty barrels make noise. Drown our ears in noise. And where it comes most, and it's very, Lord God have mercy. It's most important where it matters most, my brother, my sister. They fail us. Today, my brother, I am very angry. I've been crying from last night. And I shall not stop crying. I cry for my children. I cry, my brother, my sister, for your children. And your children's children. Is this what they are coming to inherit? A failed cocoa industry? A failed economy with bloated images and egos flooding the presidency and all those places? Are you crazy? Is this what my children will come and inherit? My children's children? Then what is our purpose? What are we doing to alleviate this situation? The economy is everything. The other day they brought us the statue of a racist Indian Gandhi. And they forced it on our premier university here. It was all because of money. Right? You needed money to go and build, what is that thing called? The white elephant there at Commander Sugar Factory. You went for a loan. They found a way of pushing in the statue of racist Gandhi so that he will get acceptance. Cultural invasion. How many people understand? Read my lips. Cultural invasion. They invaded us culturally, forcing their cultural elements and nincompoops into our society. Personas non grata. They were all here. Some of us have to stand and say, no, enough is enough. We can't take this anymore. When the economy is dead, almost everything dies. Our young girls who should have had some virtues are now on the streets prostituting their bodies and their lives. Students leave education out. They spend their school fees on bakeries and betting. They are betting their lives away. Why? Is it my fault? The finance. So you see why? All these things are so important. When the economy fails, everything fails. In my village, hear me, in my village, the wisest old man is never respected until his economy is strong. You can speak all the wisdom in my village. Nobody will look at you. You know why? Because your pocket is dry. But the biggest idiot in my village, hear me now, who has all the money, when he's even speaking foolishness, they are clapping. Wow. Point. Wow. What's the point Blakk RASTA is making? The power of the economy. My brother, my sister, the economy is everything. Wise men cease to be wise men with no money. Foolish men become wise all of a sudden because they have money. So money has become the backbone of everything. It It is for you to tell me if this is right or wrong. But in the interim, that is why I, Blakk Rasta, I tell them that I went to school to gather all the certificates, but I pushed all of them under my bed to catch dust. Not because I don't respect education. It's all because I think that we are a better people without just certificates. Certificate. So what? How many people have certificates yet they are idiots? Like the idiots we have in government. Big certificates, no sense. Common sense is gone. When you go to America looking for a job, the first question they ask you is, what can you do? When you go to England looking for a job, the British who colonized us, they ask you, what is your qualification? Paper. In Ghana, in Africa, they ask you one question. Who sent you? Why Nasi Brabe? Who asked you to come and see me? Oh, my uncle, Kwame Joe. Oh, Kwame Joe. Oh, Kwame Joe there. Hey, secretary. Kwame Joe. Nibanio. Okay, Kwame Joe. Kwame Joe. The man I used to play football with. The man who used to crack all the jokes. Manejumano. He's employed. Because the boss knows Kwame Joe. Content of the head. Medulla oblongata. Not considered. So we have square pegs in round holes. Presidents who should have retired 20 years ago are here ruling us. Yes, the people who should have retired 30 years ago are now our leaders. Why would the economy not go stale? You are supposed to present athletes to run a 100 meters race. Then you go and bring pot-bellied old men to come and run it. How are they going to win? When Usain Bolt was running and winning, did you see a pot-belly? You bring pot-bellied old men, bald-headed, pot-bellied, fly-happy dromomaniacs to come and run the race. Brethren, what is the solution? People ask me, so Blakk Rasta, when you talk, what is the solution? Once you identify the problem, it's 90% solving it. They used to tell us that in school. Understanding the question is 90% solving it. What is a frog? You didn't study about frog. You studied about chimpanzee. So you go into the examination or hall. You banked your hope that chimpanzee would come. Because your prophet in the church said chimpanzee would come. He gave you holy water, holy oil. First question, what is a frog? At least you understood that this is the question that's talking about a frog. You have answered the question 90%. What do? A frog is an amphibian. It lives in water. Sometimes it can live on land. Unlike the chimpanzee that lives only on land. The chimpanzee is an animal that moves from one tree to the other. It likes to eat monkeys. Sometimes children play with it and say, Adu kore, nyama nyama kore, adu kore, nyama nyama kore. Sometimes they even use the chimpanzee in the circus. And you keep writing about chimpanzee. But at least you linked it from the frog to the chimpanzee. You didn't deviate. You only linked the two. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Finance minister. Missing. Dash it away, make we deal with the next thing. The next one I want to look at is entitled Strike at EIB, Squeezing Balls. Shwa balls. Mia balls. Pomping. O mia one ntohwere. The boss of EIB. This gentleman here is called Bolare. I like him. Headmaster. I love him. He's a fashionista. He's a graduate of the University of Ghana. I like him. He's in the music industry. He's helped a lot of artists. Look at the headline. Strike over unpaid salaries at EIB. Network enters third day. Hey, but the interesting thing is that Bolare is only the manager of the station, but the owner of the station is Kwabena Dufour. This is the man. Kwabena Dufour used to be the finance minister of the Republic of Ghana. He had a bank that was thriving. All of a sudden, JACKALS came in, collapsed the bank. And then, at the time that he was making it, he went into the media. He has a number of media houses, radio stations and TV stations. I think he went a little broke. So they sold a couple of the stations. And for 14 months, 13 months, some of them 9 months, the list is 9 months, Kwabena Dufour has not been able to pay his workers. EIB means excellence in broadcasting. Where is the excellence? Excellence, no way. Unpaid salaries, selling of some of the radio stations. In fact, the government in power crippled his business. His bank was one of the banks that they crippled. One of the banks that Citizen Kofi was talking about earlier. So when the bank was crippled, everything went aground. But when he had his EIB, everything flourishing, hey, it was every broadcaster's pride to walk to Bolare, who you saw earlier, and ask for a job. As for this man, he was lurking in the shadows, waiting to rake in the money that will come from his investment, just like any other investor. He trusted that people will be able to run it. Alas, after the noise making and all that, it didn't work out. The radio stations were not making money. And this man's bank had been collapsed. So he had no money to pay his workers. Hey, we started hearing, watch this. Over 9 months salary arrears controversy hits Dr. Kwabena Dufour's EIB network. Watch. Hey, we started hearing all over the place. Friends there were talking to us. We said, well, some of us, we've gone through it with other radio stations so easy. It will be okay, just support your man. And friends said, well, if you guys work for 17 months with no salary and ours is just 9 months right now, we would work on. But look at what Kwabena Dufour did. He went and gave out 1 million Ghana cedis to NDC foot soldiers. Should I explain? 1 million Ghana cedis to NDC foot soldiers. His political party foot soldiers. And when he gave out the money, allegedly, his intention was simple. One pay. He wants to be the flag bearer of the NDC party. The last flag bearer we had there was Mahama, who did not perform that badly, who a lot of us still believe won the last elections. But because of foolishness, they couldn't go to the court and prove their thing. They went there talking about biscuits and tea. Come and prove that you won the elections. Well, when I came, they gave me tea. There were no biscuit, no bread. Hey, kwe, you know, ke. Listen to me, brethren. Kwabena Dufour wants to be the flag bearer of the NDC. That is fair enough. But watch the interesting thing. From finance minister to president. That will be a good story. He denied his workers 13 months salary, 14 months salary. As to how they were eating, only God knows. A lot of them became snakes. They came and opened their mouth and swallowed air for 13 months. But he had enough money. 1 million Ghana cedis. he allegedly gave out to foot soldiers to walk around and trumpet his name. Do four, do four, do four, do four, do four, do four. Hey, do, hey, hey. So he can win the elections. So the boys decided to go on strike. We didn't know you had 1 million. Oh. But Dufour was not also interested in investing in EIB because he felt that he had given it to some people to handle and probably they didn't handle it well. So he doesn't want to invest there anymore. So what do we do? Do you send the workers home? Or do you ask them to stay without salary until things get better? The boys are on strike. And sadly, they are asking them to go home. Those who are on strike, go home. How can I go home? Pay me and let me go home. Trouble. Watch this. Management has directed all aggrieved workers who participated in the demonstration to stay off air until further notice. Today is the 3rd day. They are demonstrating. They will go and sit down. We have reported for work, but we are not here to work. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What a paradox. I have come to work, but I have not come to work. I have reported for work, but I have not come to work. Is it not interesting? My brother, my sister, hey, do four, follow me, come. Come, do four. Is that how you are? If you saw it, if you saw it, this is how you want to be president. You'll be worse than a pot-bellied, fly-happy president. You deny people who have worked for you for so long, and you go and give it to foot soldiers. You will never be president, you this guy. Dash it away, but hear me now. Watch me. You see, do you know what it means to say integrity? How do you restore your integrity? How do you protect your integrity? I have a quote for you. When I return, Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Do business with us. We are called the Black Empire Media. And we are operating live on the Black Empire TV. We are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Ghana Web TV. We are live on Loud Silence TV. And we are heard all over Africa. We have captured the whole of Africa with the truth that we speak. We speak truth to power. We don't do politics. What we do is called patriotism. This is the Black Pod. Take our numbers on the screen. Send us a WhatsApp message. Or even just call us and do business with us. We treat your business like our own business. Let me rush through this. Watch me now. Watch me, style. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. This one is entitled, Time to Rescue Ghana's Economy from Jackals. Who are the jackals? The president and his family and friends. Watch this. Time to grow Ghana's economy is now. World Bank Country Director. This is Pierre Laporte. Now, Pierre Laporte is actually an African. He's all the way from Seychelles. And read this. Come along. Let's read it. Come along. It says the country director of the World Bank, Pierre Laporte, has charged government to take advantage of the current global economic crisis to take strategic steps to help grow Ghana's tourism sector and the general economy in the medium to long term. Tourism is an important driver of economic growth in Ghana. Now look at the next paragraph, and I won't read anymore. According to data from the Oxford Business Group, travel and tourism contributed 5.9% to Ghana's GDP in 2019, with revenue of $3.7 billion. The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, however, caused this figure to fail. In fact, to fall to 2.9% of Ghana's GDP in 2020 and 1.9 billion in revenue. Jesus, dash it away. Hey, my brother, you know what we are talking about, don't you? Kennedy Japan said what? When you vote him and he becomes president, he would make sure he will show you that tourism will bring more money to Ghana than gold and diamond. Remember, on this show, I've said it time and again, if I was the president of this country, which I will never be, you know what I would do? I would make Ghana the Mecca of Pan-Africanism. Does this face look like the face of a joker? This face, does it look like the face of an idiot? Hey, we have Kwame Nkrumah here. His grave is here. We have Du Bois here. His grave is here. Hey, we have two other great personalities whose graves are here, including the grave of Samori Toure. These are people history has talked about over and over. Nkrumah alone is qualified to make Ghana the Pan-Africanist capital of the world. How many people are not interested in coming to look at the grave of Kwame Nkrumah and sit in the car that Nkrumah drove in and sit on Nkrumah's table and drink tea? But you are only thinking about E-Levy. Hey, you see this thing I'm saying? A time will come, years gone, I will be gone. They will play back this. And people will say, hey, why didn't we know this? Because we are ruled by idiots. We are waiting for Pierre Laporte to come all the way from where? Seychelles Island, through the Bank of the World, to come and tell us that we should look at tourism. During the days of slavery, slaves passed through our coast more than any other coast in the world. Did you know that? They carried more slaves. They ferried more slaves through our coast here, today called Ghana, more than any other place in the world. That is why we have forts, more forts along our coast here than any other place in Africa. What have we done to ourselves? Why are we not benefiting from our rich history? What happened to all the slave ports and forts? What you call castles? They have become shitholes. Move all the way from Accra through the western region and central region and look at the slave forts. They have been abandoned. Some of them have walls falling aside. And when you dare enter inside, you will think you just walked into a public toilet. Different kinds of shit. Yellow, blue, green, some of them even pink. If you thought shit was the only thing you would find there, let me surprise you. In some of the dungeons, there are vampire bats. I told you I went to Axim recently. And when I walked into that dungeon, about 39 vampire bats pounced on my face like this to scourge out my eyes. And I asked the guy, why? Why? My children were all running. Dada, father, dada, dada, dada. Dada himself was running. If Dada is running, who is going to save the children? You know what happened? He said, oh, people don't normally come. So the bats have decided. I said, don't say bats. These are vampire bats. They suck human blood. Hey, my brother, my sister. Hey, tourism is a savior. But we have a dumb tourism ministry. Awal and that guy, what's his name? Okre Kumante. What are they doing there? They said recently Awal won an award from Qatar. Or is it from, where? Which country was that? What award? For what? Oh, Jesus. What is happening? What's wrong with you? Year of return, see the number of people who came. You were busting all over the place like idiots and fools. How much money you had made from year of return. Why have you not been able to duplicate it or replicate it? Because you have no ideas. You hate Nkrumah. So whatever you say about Nkrumah, people know that you are being fake. True? Me, I can make trillions out of Nkrumah from this country. Take your gold, take your diamond, take your fish, take everything. Nkrumah alone, that name is enough to rid Ghana of poverty forever. Why should Jesus Christ die and I'll still go through punishment? The Christian will tell you, why should Nkrumah come from this country and I will be poor? Are you mad? Are you okay? Well, my brother, my sister, when we return, many more things would happen in the interim. Wayo!
My name is Waris, but all of you know me as Comedian Waris. I come from a home where cleanliness is not only next to godliness, but a must. We seldom fell ill, and we saved our doctor this headache. At an early age, my mother introduced us to our best gift ever, PJ's Acid Cleaner. PJ's Acid Cleaner kills 99% of all germs and keeps your WCs, marbles, tiles, and concrete floors sparkling new and clean. In fact, you don't need any extra muscle when it comes to PJ's Acid Cleaner. It has all the muscle. When my fiancée, Mameya, first visited me, I almost lost her. She didn't believe I was single, lived alone, and without a house help. Yet my house had this great fragrance and was always clean. I had to reveal my secret. PJ's Acid Cleaner, my family's greatest gift.
For bulk purchases, please call 0244 624 526 or 0262 233 243.
Are you really ready for some reggae music? All right, let's do this.
Come Saturday, 23rd July, all the gates of hell will be invaded and Satan Lucifer subjected to a musical baptism of reggae fire in the Hands Across Africa Festival and Expo. Cracking the stage is Eric Donaldson, all the way from Jamaica, Brimsley Father of Aswad from England, Taj Weeks, His Excellency, all the way from St. Lucia, Diana Wright and Rock River from Jamaica. And from the motherland, Blakk Rasta, Miss V, Ochiami Kwame, Kofi Sapon, The Vibration Kings, and many more. Rate is 50 Ghana Cedis regular, 70 Ghana Cedis super regular, 150 Ghana Cedis VIP, and 200 Ghana Cedis VVVV to the umpteenth time IP. Now, this is a charity concert seeking to uplift the needy in the African family. Come and support quality reggae music and even more. And remember to uplift your body, your mind, and your soul with quality music and support a needy person's survival. It is Saturday, the 23rd day of July, 2022. Time is 2 p.m. till you drop. Venue, Accra Sports Stadium. This event is a pre-Emancipation Day festival, proudly supported by the Ministry of Tourism alongside the Ghana Tourism Authority. This is quality music, cultural music, emancipated music, reggae, more fire.
Sorry. Oh, Doc. Yes, and youบอกDoc. I want to know anything. We must why she. I've said you need to know. No, say the young kukru. So your stomach was said the young. Heartburn, so I be come. And then cry. Meaning say the fear be forcing. I don't know.
Test results naturally say when you malaria when you moji.
Yeah, 3D.
Yes, malaria. Nani yem no so we no here. Tinatet tomac and a tinatet malake. Fama no nano ho betono.
Malake, anything I take to Mac. I'm on my free.
Tinatet Malake, eyama obi a wanya malaria fever. Ena Tinatet Tomac mixture, eyama obi a wanya indigestion. Yen hwehwemu hu so wanya malaria and sana wafa edrui. Not recommended for children below 12 years. Pregnant or lactating mothers should consult a doctor.
Luxury home, it's a beauty place for every woman. We do braids, wave caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. Nail training here, we do braids training, we do wave caps installation, we do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Check Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Check Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
First of all, is a Jamaican. Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I was born in a little parish, a beautiful little parish called Clarendon, outside of Kingston. Everybody knows Kingston, but Clarendon is where I come from. I am a singer, I am an author, I am a songwriter, I am a poetess, and I am an actress. Right? I do the whole, I've been doing it for many, many years. And so basically that's who I am. I'm anything art, everything art. That's me. You think art and you think Diana. Yeah. I do reggae music, I do inspirational music, I do cultural music, I do gospel, if you call it gospel. You know, I just do uplifting, clean music. Even the 12-year-old can listen to it. You know, or the adult, if you feel like it needs some motivation or so. The kind of music I do will really, you know, motivate you, and that's basically what I do, reggae predominantly. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, you know, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on that, you know, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so you're crippled, you know. You don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narratives that if a man is poor, he can't take care and that is not good. It's not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they are good and upright men. You know, they just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, you know, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nice little ranch down the Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, Luchi and Moe in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation when no Sunday.
Bed of Roses is available to the public on our platform called 16 Bars Multimedia. So on the website it will be the 16BARS M as in Mary, M as in Mary.com. So that is 16barsmm.com. Definitely. I am available for live performances any day of the week. So you can contact me on, first of all, you can reach out to me on my Instagram as Empress Diana, and my Diana has 2 N's, so that's Empress, which is DIANNA, so that's Empress Diana, that's my IG. And also you can also, you know, send me a link or something on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the same name of our website, 16 Bars Multimedia. We have lots of work there. You can reach us there, and also you can reach us at 16barsmm@outlook.com. So that is 16. This time is the word all spelled out. 16barsmm@outlook.com. And if you choose, when you go on our website, which is the same 16barsmm.com, you can go to the contact page and send us a message. You understand? And usually we respond within a couple of hours. All right. So that's basically it. And I'm sure at the end of this, you will have a number somewhere to contact us. All right. So that's it. That's what I do. And you know, keep the music locked. Yes, I bless.
Nice little ranch down the Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, Luchi and Moe in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation when no sun.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Coco show them.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shoudemo, where we speak truth to power. Now, the next thing we want to look at very quickly is this thing that I've entitled Retirement Still a Priority. Now, there is a man here that I want us to all look at. He's a professor, and he is the director of the Ghana Education Service. Now, he's saying something that is very important. That is him here. And he's called Professor Kwesi Opokwamankwa. That's him there. GES boss urges staff to make plans for retirement. My brother, in Ghana, retirement is a firing squad. If you are ready to die, then you retire. So Ghanaians are never ready to die, so they never retire. They are 30 years every year. For the past 50 years, they have been 30 years. And that's how it has been. What are we doing to make retirement attractive? In some countries, people retire at 30, 40. Why is it that in our country, everybody must retire at 60? And even at that 60, what is the retirement package? Retirement is like sending the person to the grave. 99% of all Ghanaians who retire don't live past 5 years. Because they are stressed, the retirement package is weak and bad. Why can't we respect our workers? Why don't we give them a certain honor? What is the nation doing to pay back patriotic workers? I'll leave these questions with you. Dash it away, make me deal with the next thing. VAG land Brouhaha. Remember we talked about this some time ago? VAG land Brouhaha. The Veterans Association Ghana. Look at the headline. Yes, I sold VAG land at airport to recoup my losses. And who is this man? Dr. Samuel Yao Ano. And he was the boss of the NHIS, National Health Insurance boss. In fact, we have told you the whole story about the VAG land before. If you haven't, go through YouTube and see the episode where we gave the whole history about the VAG land. Now, the VAG land was supposed to be used for veterans who had gone to war. Some of them had no families anymore. They had no way of livelihood anymore. But they were relocated to Amasaman somewhere. And this land was supposed to be for commercial purposes. The land was supposed to be utilized for commercial purposes. Land got into the hands of this man here called Dr. Samuel Yawano. And he sold it to a Lebanese man. My brother, my sister, that's the long and short of it all. Government land now sold to Lebanese people. By who? Why? What was the investment? What is the problem? Now the matter is in court. Is this what we want to do to our veterans? Those who went to war to defend us? Their land is being sold by individuals who say they want to recoup their money. What truly is the story? It looks like this government is just grabbing and selling land. Achimota Forest, Ramsar site. Hey, everything is being sold. They want to even sell Nkrumah's corpse. Posterity will judge you guys so harshly. Dash it away, make me deal with the next thing. The last thing I would like to look at is E-Levy reloaded. They said E-Levy failed. They said they will not take us to E-Levy and then at the same time take us to IMF. So either E-Levy or IMF. We opted for E-Levy, even though we didn't like it either. Now they have E-Levy and they still took us to IMF. Traitors in power. Hey, now they have reloaded it. The GRA is saying some things that vendors, those who do mobile money, now they all have to register with the GRA or else they will be charged E-Levy. And when they register with the GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority, then they will decide how to tax them. And this is how it's going to be now. Momo value, 100 Ghana cedis. They will charge you 0.75 Ghana cedis as telco charge. And then E-Levy will be slapped on 1.75%. And then that's how it goes. In fact, that's it. Now they are going to take your money. Vendors are going to be able to register. And when they are registered, they will squeeze us even the more. Did I say more? Are you not fed up? Is this government not a joker government? My brother, my sister. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA. And I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Remember, this is the Blakk Pot. aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. In fact, your response has been overwhelming. All those doing business with us, call and tell us that you respond overwhelmingly to their business. We want to say thank you. Apart from appreciating the businesses on this show, we encourage you to do business with us too. Our numbers are on your screen. Give us a call. We are happy to speak with you. You can also make suggestions. Yes. At the same time, you can just send us WhatsApp messages. We would always respond. Do business with us. Let us be the lifeline to your staggering business. We are live on Pan African TV, live on Loud Silence TV, live on Ghana Web TV, and live on Ghana TV. And when I talk about Ghana TV, I'm talking about satellite all over the world where you can watch us live. We are also on social media via Blakk Empire Media, YouTube. And our Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K, Empire Media. In the interim, come along. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you for loving us. Voyage!